Miss E watched in fear as R made Miss A hide her vowel sounds and say R instead. She was worried about herself and her other sisters. Mr. R looked as if he wanted to force each of them to give up her own long and short vowel sounds and make a sound just with him. Miss E thought that if all the girls stood together, they might be able to stop Mr. R. Miss E and Miss U said,
"We agree."
And quickly they gathered around Miss E. But little Miss O wouldn't go. Oh, no. Obstinate, obstinate little Miss O. She thought Mr. R wouldn't dare bother her. Not little Miss O. No, sir, no, sir. They stood together, Miss E, I, and U, and Mr. R did just what they knew he would do. He aimed his rubber bands at little Miss O. Oh, how those rubber bands did go. Now Miss O became frightened. Those rubber bands really hurt. One of them almost broke her mirror. Now she was very new. Mr. R came racing toward Miss O, and he said,
"You will now have to make..."
O cried,
"Oh, please, Mr. R, don't change me. I don't learn too easily. My long and short sounds are so hard to say, I still must practice every day. I must also decide which one to choose. Two sounds are hard enough to use. Ah or O. Ah or O. Ah, all I know."
Mr. R replied,
Miss O, no complaining. Don't you dare. Here I come. Beware, beware. When I stand after you in a word, neither of your vowel sounds must be heard.
Miss O just sat and cried,
Oh.
while Mr. R thought about a sound for O and R. Then he had an idea.
Aha! The sound for us I know. You easily say ah or O. Now just listen to this trick. It's not a new sound I will pick. Ah is the short, weak sound, you know. And your long, strong sound is O. Ah or O. You used ah and you used O. But the or is another sound you know. The or was between your short and your long sound. You just didn't know it was around. Do you think that you understand? I think the or sound is just grand. Ah or O. Ah or O. Now or is just another sound to know.
Miss O thought how clever Mr. R was to think of a sound she had known all along. The more Miss O thought of it, the better she liked the new or sound. Then she said,
"I'll always say or when Mr. R stands with me. I can remember the or sound easily. Making new vowel sounds is fun. I'm glad that I have more than one. Just two vowels are still a bore. I'm glad I also have the sound of or."
Okay, you're glad. But I want to try some words. Get ready, please. I'll say the words first, then you say them. Fork,
Fork,
stork,
stork,
corn,
corn,
horn.
horn.
See if you can think of more. I'll see you later.